Today you'll see the most mystical expedition of the world inside out. Look around, it's amazing. We're going to the origins of the world creation. People say that's there Adam and Eve came down to earth. We'll follow the ancient stories of the humankind. They say Noah attached his ark just to this rock. And the mysteries of the past. They believe this stone will show when the end of the world is going to happen. We'll find out when the locals are expecting the Armageddon. When the stone touches the ceiling, the end of the world will happen. There's not much time left. We'll learn why they don't let the foreigners into this region of Pakistan. Will we manage to solve a mystery of one of the most mystical places on Earth? We are invited to the cave which many people entered, but not at all of them came out. The World Inside Out with Dmytro Komarov, Pakistan. It won't be an exaggeration to say that we are heading to the most dangerous province of Pakistan. It's called Balochistan. The situation in Balochistan is quite unsettling in every sense. Political, terroristic, you may be kidnapped or blown up, or anything can happen. This area is populated by the Balochi. The members of this ethnic group also live in Iran and Afghanistan. Divided by the borders of 3 states, some of the Balochi want independence and the unification of the territories. The so-called Balochistan Liberation Army was created to serve this purpose. The governments of Pakistan, Great Britain and the USA had declared it a terrorist organization. The UNO is trying to resolve a conflict, but the territory of this province is still not safe. It's not recommended for the foreigners to go there. Let me put it differently. The foreigners are prohibited to go there without a special permission. We have this permission, and we also have special security guards. It's the first time I'm traveling under such a serious escort. These strict safety measures are needed for a reason. A British citizen who worked for the Red Cross International Committee was kidnapped in 2012, a Swiss couple a year before, and an UNO official, John Soletsky, in 2009. John has been released 2 months later, the Swiss citizens 8 months later, and the British health worker's body was found headless. But it happened about 10 years ago. Nowadays, the situation has changed as there is a new government in the country, though some areas of Balochistan are still not safe. First, we'll go to the Balochistan border by 2 cars, then our guards will choose a place where we'll all get in 1 car, so we don't draw too much attention. The car with the armed guards is in front of us. Our cameraman and I are in the 2nd car, and the driver is also a security service member. His name is Farouk. 2 more security guards are in the cargo pad. We mustn't stop unless it's necessary, so we'll make it quick. Nevertheless, our main goal is to reveal the truth to you, my friends, and to show you the seamy side of this amazing country, Pakistan. This is a fantastic place, which is not like any other country in the world. We're going to the place which is sacred for all the Sufis, the followers of the esoteric branch of Islam. Due to the sacred practices, the Sufis are able to go into a trance and, as they say, to stay timeless. They lead an ascetic way of life, live in the civilization and devoting themselves to embracing Allah. During the thousands of years, the cave Lahoot La Makan has been one of the most important places for the Sufis. They believe the events described in the Bible and Quran took place just here. People also come here to see the foreboding of the end of the world. How many years our planet has left, according to the Sufis? When we hear about the Sufis, we think of some oriental fairy tales or ancient proverbs about the fakirs who can ease the pain, predict future, control the forces of nature, talk to plants and animals. You may say these are just fairy tales. We're going now to find the answer, as the Sufis still exist. Farouk, what are the main rules of behavior? What would you recommend me? You must wear shalwar kameez. Okay, I need to change now. While I'm changing at the back seat of the pickup truck, our guards don't take their eyes off the nearby hills. The armed attacks often start from such nondescript places. You must always stay alert. It's okay. Is it really so dangerous here? Your reaction? Yes, there is always danger. What's your name, please? Mashuk Ali. Nice to meet you. And what's your name? Azarsan. What's so dangerous about Balochistan? Why must you stay alert? It is desert. Why is so cautious here? There are threat on an armed attack. You mustn't stop for a long time. Shall we go then? Yes. Okay, I've already changed. I did it out of respect for the traditions and for safety too. It's better to look like a local. The most dangerous thing that can happen here, they can fire at your car from those hills and then rob it and blow up. I saw it last week in the news. There are a lot of weapons in this region which are not registered, of course. Millions of guns which are at the people's disposal, so you must be extra careful around there. Wearing helmets and armored vests is absolutely useless, because it won't save you. As you can see, this place looks like a poor backwoods with typical huts. Farouk, who are these people on the road? They're locals. They fix the potholes and ask the drivers to give them some money for that. Here. Here. Let's go. People are very poor here. The soil is infertile, so it's hard to grow something. This area is very hard and dangerous to live in. It hurts me to look at all this. We came to the village called Muhabat Fakir. It's very colorful. Well, I can see by the guards' behavior that the atmosphere is very tense here. This is the poorest area of Pakistan, and here the foreigners are most likely to get into some dangerous situation. So it's one of the reasons we won't drive this car from here, as we don't want to attract attention. We have to find a truck like this one. The pilgrims usually drive such trucks. Assalamu alaikum. Can we rent a truck here? Ask someone over here. This place looks like it has been bombed. Look, everything's broken. These cars were left here after the World War II. And they are still used. Just look at this vehicle. Hello? Are you a driver? Yes. And where is your car? Over there. Let's go. Wow, what a beautiful car. You can rent it for 1,000 rupees. When was it made? Just look at it. Is it possible to tell you that? So you don't know. Cool. Starting this car is a special ritual. We'll go after we put some water in the radiator. Hold the hood, guys. Yes, let's hold it. The adventures are about to start. Why do you keep your car without water? The radiator has holes in it, so this is the only way. Cool, I like it here. The atmosphere is very colorful. This place is amazing. Yes, it's poor, but you may wonder what's so amazing about it. The spirit of pristineness. This non-touristic place has that's what. Let's go. Everything's ready. Wow, it started. The car has started, so we'll make it. Well, it didn't last long. It started it again. Shall we go? Sasha will ride in the cargo bed with a guard, and I'll sit next to the driver. Here we go. What a car! A beast! I hope this vehicle is old but reliable. I don't want the engine to die in the middle of the road, especially here in Balochistan. The road is very picturesque. It doesn't look like the rest of the country. Too bad this region is basically closed for the tourists, so they won't be able to see all this beauty. But you can see it now, my friends. We do know all the risks, but we are doing it to show you the true world inside out. Just look around. It's fantastic. The desert landscapes of Balochistan stretch for hundreds of thousands square kilometers, which is about 1/3 of the territory of the country. Only 5% of the population lives in this desolate and rainless region. There is hardly any water or fertile soil here, and the temperature can rise to 50 degrees centigrade. One of the most mystical places on the planet is here. The locals believe it's the place where the humankind originated and where it was saved from the total extinction. There's also a stone which can predict when the end of the world is going to happen. There's a legend which says Adam and Eve came down to earth right here. Yes, Adam and Eve we know from the Bible. The story about the first people in Quran is almost the same as in Christian sources. Here Eve is called Hawa. Adam and Hawa were created by God and lived in the Garden of Eden. But after the serpent tempted the first people, the Creator sent them down to earth. The Islamic legends say that at first Adam and Hawa lived in earth separately, and they have reunited after a long time by Allah's will in the valley of Arafat. The Sufis believe that the place where the first people have met again is situated here. And there are many other things which connect this area with the key figures of the Holy Scriptures. According to the local legends, the man we know as Noah, who built the ark and took the two of every kind with him, saving them from the great flood, was named Nuh the prophet. And he attached his ark to that hole on the top of the rock with an anchor. The Muslim story of the Great Flood doesn't differ much from the biblical legends, but according to Quran, it was Nuh the prophet who asked Allah to punish the non-believers. Then Allah told the prophet to build the ark. After that, the rain fell upon the earth for 40 days. Only Nuh, his family, and those who believed him have survived the flood, as well as the pairs of every living creature taken to the ark. The Holy Scriptures do not mention the exact place where the ark had stopped, so there are many theories about it. Most Christians believe it happened on Mount Ararat. The Muslims think it happened on Mount Al-Judi. But there is also a theory that the ark has landed just here. This place is really unique, and I think pilgrims from all over the world would have come here to see this hole and touch it. Millions of tourists, but Balochistan is the most dangerous province in Pakistan. That's why there are no shops and tourists here. We are walking around and see only desert. But there is also a cave in that rock which is sacred for all the Sufis. The Sufi pilgrims come to this cave because their spiritual leader, Shah Nurani, has prayed and sought wisdom there hundreds of years ago. This mystical place also attracts their researchers because of a very important object, which, as the locals believe, can predict the end of the world. Assalamu alaikum. Alaikum assalam. Where did you come from? From Karachi. Why do you come here? To visit the sacred cave. We feel the special power here. I'm sure you will not regret coming here when you see it. So let's go together. But we need to hurry. The cave will be closed after 5 p.m. I read a lot of legends according to which many people went into the cave, but not everyone came out. Have you heard about it? Yes, our ancestors said that after the sunset, the stones in that cave turned into the ethereal creatures. That's why the guards ask everyone to leave after 5 p.m. This place is surrounded with myths and legends. They're a cave you might not come out if you go inside. And that's true, people went missing and they have not been found yet. Thanks, shukriya. You see, there are a lot of pilgrims. How many times have you been to the cave? 26 times in 17 years. Now I'm going to the cave to heal. I broke my hand and then the inflammation started. The old man is running so fast. Just look at him. I'll try to do the same. I hope I won't fall. And there's enough hotels here. All the pilgrims who come to the cave must make it before it closes. It's hard to catch up with that old man. Hey dude, don't break your another leg or you will have to cure it too. Look how fast he is. It's so beautiful here. The landscape is cosmic. It's really amazing. The view is quite impressive. I don't know what the cave looks like, but I love it here. It's the first time I see something like this in Pakistan. Look, the path is becoming steeper. They made the steps for people here. These steps are not very comfortable. Assalamu alaikum. Alaikum assalam. Where are you from? From Larka. It's the province of Sindh. Do you come here often? It's my first time here. What do these knots mean? They mean I was here and went to the cave. When I come back home, people will know I visited the sacred place. Looking at your salwar kameez, I say I'm going to get dirty today. I get dirty when I was squeezing through the mother womb. That's what a narrow opening in the cave is called. It's a way to check if your intentions are pure. If you don't get stuck, you're a good person. Thank you. Good luck. Goodbye. Thank you, bye. So I start walking up these strange steps. To tell you the truth, I don't think they're very safe. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. You can leave your shoes over there. You must take your shoes off, just like in front of the mosque. Where do I go? Up there. The cave entrance is over there. How long have you been working here? Since childhood. How old are you? 35 to 40, I guess. What do you mean? Don't you know your exact age? There are no records. I didn't go to the school, so I don't know. My friend, such thing is common for some places in our planet. In some tribes, for example, people don't know their age and don't have passports. Tell me, I heard that some people who went inside the cave didn't come back. You see, everyone who comes here, do you remember the people who came in but never came out? We work till 5 p.m., so we only see the people who come here in the afternoon. Those who come to the cave after 5 are doing it at their own risk. Once a journalist came here, a guy like you. He went into the cave at midnight, but then he dropped his cameras and all the equipment and ran away. Do you believe there are some supernatural powers here? People say so, though I didn't see them myself. Have a nice day. I walk barefoot from here. Fantastic. Just look at this. The view is truly unearthly. Looks like we reached the main temple. There is a cave and an altar. Let's find out the details. Do you work here? I don't work. I'm a temple servant. Who do you make bread for? It's Niyaz. Niyaz is translated as gift or mercy. Here at the sacred cave entrance, anyone can take Niyaz for free. Shukriya. This is the main altar, right? This is Adam's mosque. Do you mean Adam, who was the first man? Yes, Adam is our distant ancestor. For the Muslims, Adam is not only the first man, but also an honored prophet who shared the pillars of the faith with his descendants and built the main Muslim shrine, Kaaba. We believe that Adam was here and that he came to this exact place to ask God for forgiveness. It's fantastic, my friends. I can't believe I'm in the place where Adam himself had set his foot. And he and Eve have been together somewhere around here, according to the local legends. We may say we are now at the place where the humankind was created. Today, the believers come to this place, which is sacred for all the Sufis, to atone their sins, to gain the blessing, and to find out how long the humankind has left to live on Earth. In this cave, there's a stone, which indicates the coming of Armageddon. It's growing. And where the stone touches the ceiling, the end of the world will happen. When I was a kid, the stone was this big, and now it's much bigger, so there's not much time left. To tell the truth, this place is both fascinating and scary. I wanted to look at the stone which was believed to predict the death of the humankind, so I asked a local pilgrim to be my guide in the cave. Are you also a Sufi? Yes, I've been to the cave more than 100 times. You must know a lot about this place, then show us around. Let's go. Do you have time? Yes, great. The cave entrance is over there. And here the underground passage started. The legends say people were able to make a pilgrimage from this cave right to Mecca, but everything here is closed nowadays. So according to the legend, there was a tunnel here leading to Saudi Arabia. We have finally reached the cave entrance. The locals believe there is a special magic stone in this cave which can predict the end of the world. So we are invited to the cave which many people entered, but not all of them came out. I hope we will be able to go inside and come out. We realize it's going to be very hard to film inside the cave, so I need extra cameras. Sasha, come on. One. The speleologists Dmytro Komarov, Sasha Dmitriev, and our guide Mar are ready for the expedition. Let's go! People really went missing here. A lot of people try to violate a ban and come here at night. This information is confirmed. It's not a legend like the ones we told you today. Some people didn't come back. Careful, there's a steep descent here. Wow, it's very steep. It really is. Sasha is going down. Don't hurry, please. There you go. I don't know how tender women make it down here. It's hard and risky even for a strong man. A rope is not enough to keep you safe. If you slip off, you will fall down. It's very slippery here. Very slippery. Look, there's a rope with little knots which make it easier to grab if your hand slips and to continue descending like this. What are they shooting? They are chanting the name Ali. Ali was Prophet Muhammad's cousin and the ancestor of the Sufi spiritual leader Shah Nurani. So the pilgrims are chanting Ali's name to emphasize this connection and to express their respect. You need to be very careful as it's slippery and wet here. It's very easy to fall. And I see the water dripping from the ceiling, which means there are some water sources there. You need to hold on to the rocks while descending and don't mind your poses, which might be a bit awkward. Come on, I got you. Here we go. Wow, if you step here, your foot will definitely slip. Here we go. We are walking on the floor covered with slippery mud to get the first sanctuary of the Sufis. This is Shakhnurani's camel. We believe that when Shakhnurani died, everything he possessed was turned into stone. And this is the place where Shakhnurani was prayed and performed namaz. My friends, they really were ascetics, people who left this civilization to be closer to God and devote themselves to the faith, and they used to meditate in the caves. Shakhnurani was one of them, and today he's sacred for the people who practice Sufism. This is the cave where he meditated. It's a sacred place for us. You can approach it only with respect and prayer. This is very serious. These people really are deep believers. Sasha and I moved on as we didn't want to distract our guide. We agreed to meet at the same place. Here is another path, my friends, and I'll try to go up now. There is also a rope to keep people from falling down, and I think this rope leads to a very interesting place. Maybe that's where the people go missing. Let's see. Hold on to the rope, Sash. You mustn't fall. There is another cave. I'll go out there. You see, there's a mixture of mud and water under my feet. It's very wet, slippery, and hot here. I'll shine a flashlight to see if there's a place where a person can get lost. At least 4 people have gone missing already. There must be a passage here. Let's try to find it out. According to the Sufis legends, the underground tunnels which started in this cave led to Mecca in Saudi Arabia, so they must be not less than 3,000 kilometers long. If it's true, there are really a lot of places to get lost here. But our guide said that the entrance to these underground corridors has been blocked long time ago, and only several halls of the cave are accessible. Let's check it out. I let Sasha Dmitriev to go first. Wow, there is a passage. Sasha, we have found a secret passage. There are stairs, too. It's not hard to get lost here. Let's go up, shall we? You are more likely to hit your head here than to get lost, so you must be careful. There are some rocks hanging around. The rope is supposed to keep you safe, but it doesn't. It's pretty useless. If you slip off, you will slide about 10 meters down. I see the stairs. What else is there? A hole? A hole? Yes. And a huge one. My friends, we have found another hole. There are burning candles here. The stone ceiling. It's very hot here. The camera's already covered with steam. I feel like I'm in a sauna. I'm trying to solve the mystery of the people's disappearance. To find a place where one could vanish without a trace. Let's look here, for example. There's a hole we can look into. It's a bat! Oh, God! There are a lot of them. They are hanging upside down. Look how many bats there are. I want to see if there's a secret passage there. Sasha, you better stay here. They might be a rockfall. I don't like the surface here. I can feel the vibrations. Looks like there's a void underneath. This is not a rock material. There is no guarantee that it's safe to move further. Sasha stays here to back up. I have a feeling there's a void inside the rock, and it makes me uneasy. But the only way to move forward is through this small split with the bats. At that end, my friends, I can go further. I better get out of here. It's not a very pleasant place to be. Sasha, let's go down now. This place is really dangerous, though it looks pretty harmless. Wow, look, I'm putting my foot here and I realize that if it slips off, I will fall down. I have nothing to hold on to. It's about 20 meters deep. A fatal accident can easily happen here. While we're looking for the secret passages, our guide, who promised to show us the sacred stone, has finished his prayer and was waiting for us down there. But before taking us to the stone, he wanted to make sure that my intentions were pure. So he took us to the place called the Mother Womb. You have to squeeze through this opening. Maybe you'll go first. I will follow you. I've never done it before, and I want to do it now. Looks like the other Sufis are not eager to squeeze through the opening, same as our guide. Hello. Tell me, do you know the legend of this place? Yes, I do. They say that if your thoughts and intentions are not pure, you can get stuck here. Is it true? Yes. Did you come here with pure intentions? Yeah, sure. You must be afraid then. Let's go there. Cheered by the crowd, the first volunteer is trying to squeeze through the narrow opening between the two blocks of the rock material. What did you feel? I was saying Allah's name, so I managed to squeeze through. Then another man was volunteered to prove that his thoughts and intentions were pure. What is your name? Zenulab. What are you feeling now? Acha. Acha. All right. But only the Muslims can do it, right? No, anyone. Do you mean that anyone who is ready to prove that their intentions are pure and right? Yes. I came to this cave trying to uncover its secrets and to tell you about this unique place. Is it a good intention? Besides, I'm not a Sufi and I don't practice Islam. I wonder if I would be able to get out of this so-called mother womb. But I don't have a choice. I must do it not to offend these people. Well, my friends, it's hard to describe the feelings when you're checking out the legends you've just learned in the darkness, cheered by the crowd of pilgrims trying to squeeze through the narrow opening between the rocks. Logically, you understand that everything will be fine, but the atmosphere of the place affects you. When I was halfway through, I even felt I got stuck. To get out, you must forget about the mystical side of the matter and think about the practical and logical ones, choosing the right body position angle. When you understand the anatomy of this place, you can easily get through if your body dimensions let you. Guys, I made it. Does it mean my intentions are pure and I'm here in Pakistan to do good? Yes. Now all the invisible powers and creatures who live in this cave will pray for you. Well, and what will our new guide say? All right, I'll go too. So he does it on a dare now. From the very beginning, he didn't want to go through Mother Womb. He was scared. Why? But after my successful attempt, he decided to try. How are you feeling? I'm feeling just great. You've been to the cave 100 times. Why haven't you done it before? I was waiting for the right moment, when I'm ready and pure. Looks like everyone else was also waiting for the right moment. Suddenly there was a line, just like an amusement park. People were afraid until they saw the others succeed. I guess they decided the womb was especially kind today, if it let someone who was not a Sufi or Muslim get through. Everyone wants to get through now, after I talked to them about it. Now we have to go because I want to see the most important thing, the famous stone. Thank you, and good luck. We're getting out of here. This is the Armageddon stone. Look, my friends, this is the stone. People here believe that when it touches the ceiling, and it looks like it will happen soon, the world will come to an end. Let's come closer. Be careful, it's extremely hard to walk here. I want to come closer because everyone here told me about this stone. The atmosphere here is truly amazing and fantastic. I want to walk around this stone. The locals believe you have to watch it very carefully. When the stone gets really close to the ceiling, it will mean the end of the humankind is near. It's very symbolic, as the people who practice Sufism believe that's where it was created. They also believe that Adam, Eve, and the Noah's Ark were here too, and that is stone appeared here for a reason. The stone from the cave Lahoot La Makan is not the only prognostic of the end of the world. Islam says that Armageddon will happen if Kaaba is ruined. Some Christians believe it will happen when the holy flame fails to descend before Easter, or when the oak of Abraham in Palestine dies. There is only a small green sprig left from that oak now. The Bible interpreters expect Armageddon to happen after fish appears in the Dead Sea. And the Torah, the Hebrew sacred text, says that the end of the world will happen after a red calf is born. The scientists from NASA in the USA keep a watchful eye on the potentially dangerous asteroid Apophis, which is 340 meters wide. So far, they cannot exclude the possibility of the celestial body hitting Earth. But nobody knows which of the Armageddon prognostics will turn out to be true. Do you remember your first time here? How high was this stone then? A bit higher than where my hand is now. See, there's a note. Here it is. It's about a meter or so. So the stone has grown over the past years, according to the people who have been coming here for decades. Now the distance between the top of the stone and the ceiling is about 30 or 40 centimeters. Now let's do some math. Oh, I feel dizzy standing next to your Armageddon stone. It's a bit hard to breathe here. If it's really growing, how many years does it need to reach the ceiling? You're 30. In 30 years, it grew by about a meter. So, there are about 10 years left to the end of the world. Everything is Allah's will. Maybe it won't grow at all in the following years, so you can't know when the end of the world happens. I don't know if there are any physical reasons for the stone's growth, but if you forget about the myths and legends and rely on physics and facts, you make a logical assumption. The water keeps dripping, and because of the humidity and particles of the rock materials ending up here, the stone will reach the ceiling sooner or later. According to the legends, the end of the world is just a meter and a half away. And when the contact takes place, our planet will supposedly cease to be. When will it happen? I hope it happens as late as possible. Because, well, who knows? In the labyrinth of the caves, it's easy to lose the track of time. It seemed like we came here recently, but after looking at our watches, we realized it was almost 5, the time when the cave closes, or when the staff asks all the pilgrims to leave. The explanation is also connected with the myths. They say you can go missing at night, but no matter if we believe it, we have to hurry as there's another unbelievable place and we must make it there, so it's time to leave. But even if you're in a hurry, you must be very careful here. The surface is slippery like ice. One careless step and the consequences can be very tragic. We were still far from the exit when we heard the whistle. It was a signal for everyone to go out. Finally, we saw the pilgrims ahead of us. The sound of the whistle means that everyone has to leave the cave, as it's not safe to stay here anymore. Assalamu alaikum. Alaikum assalam. What's your name? Umar Shah. How long have you been working here? 40 years. Tell me, please. I have often heard about the people who came here but never came back. It was a long time ago, and now you must follow me. It's time to leave the cave. How old are you? About 75 or 76? Look at him. He's 75, but he's fit like a 20-year-old. And now we're heading towards the unsolved mystery. There it is, right in front of me. It's a rock with a hole in it. The pilgrims who come here believe that it was the place where the anchor of the Noah's Ark was attached to the rock. I even have goosebumps when I'm talking about it. Noah's Ark has not been found yet. It still remains a mystery for all the humankind. While the scientists keep searching for the legendary vessel of Mount Ararat and Al-Judi, the Sufis believe that it landed in this region. Who knows, maybe you can still find its traces here. We'll see. Since we're here, we have to come closer to look at it, to touch and to show it to you. Assalamu alaikum. Do you, the locals, believe Noah's Ark was up there? Of course. This is quite an unusual way to carry water. Did you invent it? The bottles are quilted into a piece of cloth. Yes, it was our idea. Like a thermos? Yes. And what's inside? Water. Can you smell it? Yes, it's water. I had to check. Does it take long to go out there? Not really. You will get there before it gets dark. The sun is about to set, so we need to hurry. Sasha and I are climbing up. This completes the proof that there are no tourists here. There is even no path leading to such a great place. We'll use the goat path. Oh well, we're laying a new route here. Climbing this mountain is hard. 45 degrees Celsius. We should have used the harness here, but we don't have it now, and I just can't miss the chance to visit such a famous place. No, I won't go there. I'll go this way. That's not the right outfit for a mountain climber. I don't want to fall down. It won't be cool, you know, but... My friends, the thrill and the reflex of the explorer take over. This is a typical sea ground. The structure, the contour, and more important, the rocks. You can find the deep-sea limestones in Balochistan. There can be several explanations. Even before the Bible events, there was an ancient ocean, Tethys, here. Maybe the rocks we're climbing now used to be its bottom. More recent theories state that legends about the Great Flood appeared after the glacier started to melt 7,500 years ago. The waters of the world ocean rose, causing a catastrophic flooding, from which the residents of the coastal area suffered greatly. Of course, all the believers are sure that a great flood happened on Earth. It's hard for the scientists to say what happened in reality, but now we're about to see the area where, as the Sufis believe, these events took place. Sasha, where's that hole? Up there. How are we going to find it? We'll see when we'll get there. Brilliant. We'll get to the hole, and that we'll see. Fantastic. What a view. It's so beautiful. Really fascinating. It's unbelievable. The whole desert is in front of you, the whole Balochistan. Let's go. We'll be among the first tourists to come here. Well, my friends, I have a feeling we're almost there. We are on the narrow spine now, with the cliffs several hundred meters high, both on the right and on the left. And it seems you can't go any higher. And here it is, my friends, the top. The feeling is unbelievable. It's really fantastic. We are at the place where, according to the legend, Noah had attached his ark. Here on this rock. He did it to save all the living creatures from the Great Flood. Maybe it's true, maybe not. It's hard for us to tell. It's a legend. That's what Quran says about this moment. Or earth, engulf your water. Or sky, please stop. The waters have fallen and the sublime was committed. The ark has landed. And that's how the Bible describes the end of the flood. But God remembered now and all the wild animals and the livestock and the birds and the reptiles that creep that were with him in the ark, and he sent a wind over the earth and the waters receded. I'm feeling something unimaginable right now. It's a rare occasion when I can't find right words to describe my emotion. Look around, the view is so beautiful. The whole Balochistan, the paradise-like oasis, the sunset, the view is truly unearthly. We must be among the first pilgrims in this wonderful place, but those who came here before us left something for the others to remember their ascension. Look at this, someone has climbed up here. I guess they were the local pilgrims and planted a few flags. To tell you the truth, my friends, it's a bit scary here. I'm standing on the hillside and the spine is pretty narrow. If you look at the Sasha's feet and how he's standing, you will understand why we're among the first ones to come here. It's very easy to slip off and fall down. Forever. This place looks like heaven, but we don't want to go to heaven from here, so we must be very careful. Now, I would really like to get into that hole, but how do I get there? Looking at all this, I can't imagine how to do it. From the bottom, you could see the hole was right under the top, so it must be somewhere under my feet. I need to find a way. I see a sharp edge. I see a crack. I don't really want to stand here because I see a lot of stones down there. What if this rock breaks off? But I'll crawl to the edge here very carefully and look. I see that it's impossible to get down there without the climbing equipment, unfortunately. I can't believe I won't be able to see the place pierced by the anchor of Noah's Ark. Let's go to the other side. Maybe there is a way. Here it is. Here it is, my friends. Yes, look. Here is the place. We made it here, Sasha. High five. Congratulations. I think we're among the first foreigners in the world who came here, or maybe the first ones. Right now, I don't even want to speak. I just want to feel this moment. Sasha, let's come closer. Let's touch it. Well. I can't believe it. Here is the place. Look at this unbelievable view, my friends. The anchor has made this huge hole. I can even measure it and become not only the first explorer, but the first measurer too. A meter from here, well, approximately 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 15 to 16 meters. Yes, the size of the hole is pretty big, but the ark itself wasn't small, as the pairs of every living creature could fit inside. It's hard to find the words to describe what I'm feeling now. I touch this rock material, close my eyes and imagine the ark which saves all the living creatures during the Great Flood, and all this area covered with water. The story of the Great Flood is described both in the Bible and Quran. The traces of the story can be found in many countries, in the Indian tribes from Land of Fire to Alaska, in Australia, China, Indonesia, Kamchatka, New Guinea, India, and there are many more. That's why the scientists agree that that was a global disaster on the planet. It's hard to say if there's going to be another cataclysm the stone from the cave Lahoot La Makan warns us about. We just have to hope it's only a legend. You must decide for yourselves whether it's true or not, and whether you should believe this legend. But it's obvious that this place is unique, and that Pakistan is a country which never stops to amaze, shock, and fascinate you. This expedition will be filled with fantastic and breathtaking moments. Pakistan has prepared many surprises for us. The World Inside Out. In the next episode, the man the whole country knows. I want to ask you, how do you do it? Because of his unusual skill, like this. You're moving them, but they come out of the orbit. Ahmed, who is 18, studies at school and supports his sick parents. He's our hope. He dreams to set the world record in ice goggling. I know there's another man who can pop his eyes. But he doesn't realize that his talent may hide the danger for his health. The scans show Ahmed's skull differs from the others. Here's our main question: how safe will it be in the future? Will we be able to help the boy make his dream come true? Do you know why he invited you today? No, I don't. The fantastic story of the most unusual Pakistani. The World Inside Out with Dmytro Komarov, Pakistan.